Let's go as we head off to Canberra to spend time with family for Christmas.
Beeline customers, the 707 Albury service is now boarding at platform 1. This service will be stopping at Seymour, Avalon, Euroa.
After grabbing our Hungry Jack's breakfast, we caught the V-Line train to Wodonga. That looks not as appetizing as... As we got quite an early train at 7:07 a.m, we rested for most of the trip.
Now arriving at Sydney.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This service is now arriving in Wodonga. Passengers travelling through on the Canberra Link road coach. Your road coach is located directly outside the station building. Please listen out for station announcements. Passengers leaving the service at Wodonga, please ensure you have all personal belongings with you.
Front seats because we are absolutely full, guys. So your seat numbers are
Canberra. We do have a second coach arriving shortly at the front of the station.
We waited for a small bit at Wodonga station before it was time to board our coach to Canberra. The train and coach were quite full as everyone was heading towards Canberra for Christmas.
terminating at Canberra later on this afternoon. This service will be stopping at Holbrook, Tarcutta, Gundagai.
Sadly, earlier that morning, there was a fatality on the Hume Highway, so the bus had to make a slight detour. We did have a nice rest stop at the Gundagai Visitor Centre, where we also got an ice cream.
Well, that's what I was just thinking.
You ever had that?
What?
It's funny because it's got bubble gum in the middle. It was then time to board the coach and make the final leg to Canberra.
Last stop at the Jollymont Tourist Centre, or Travel Centre here in the centre of Canberra. It's pretty well spot on. I said it'd be 5 o'clock and it's 4:57 now, so yeah, it wasn't too far out with my estimate. As we are terminating here, please do make sure you have a good look around.
As we got to Canberra, we had a look around the Jollymont Tourist Centre and bought some drinks from the Easy Mart before we headed home to rest. We spent most of the time relaxing and spending time with our family in Canberra. We had a look at some of the Christmas lights over 2 different nights before Christmas. It was quite interesting seeing a lot of the different displays, which also had a lot of snowmen and kangaroos as part of them. Some also had a lot of LED pixel art and other various effects set up. Of course, some also had some famous characters set up as part of the displays, like Spassky. This one was very cool as it had a radio station play music that was synchronized to the lights. The next night, we bumped into one of our cousins as we checked out what was the most immersive light display that we saw in the area. So cool! The whole front yard was set up with various lights and displays. They even had some of the well-known characters from ABC's Bananas in Pyjamas. Yeah, banana!
Banana!
Yeah, banana in pyjamas. After checking out that display, we headed just down the street to see one of the other big displays in the area. Apart from all the lights that they had set up, they were also running a mini Christmas market. They also had a whole bunch of snow globes and other various Christmas toys set up. You also could peer inside the house and see some train sets and pops that they had set up. After looking around the front yard a bit more, we had a brief look at some of the other lights in the area before we headed off to some more nearby lights. The street had some very nice displays set up.
Merry Christmas!
You even could get a photo with Santa. I think this is the other one. It was time to look at a few more displays before we headed home and got some sleep. On Christmas Day, we headed off to the Vikings Club for a Christmas dinner. It's quite a nice setup they had for us with a 3-course meal. Of course, can't forget the Christmas cracker jokes. What do you call a horse in pyjamas? All the food was quite delicious. As we were enjoying our meal, Santa came around and was handing out some lollipops. Yeah. Merry Christmas. Oh, sorry. It was quite an enjoyable time spending Christmas with family and friends together. It was an early start on Boxing Day as Miller heads up to Sydney to spend some time with her friends. I headed up later in the week, so I spent some more of the time with the family and also going to check out Goodies Junction. Quite a range of different games, as well as furniture and other homewares that you could buy rather than these going to landfill. I might need to send her turn the lights.
It's their new setup.
Yes. It's not often you see a whole bunch of DVDs as well as CDs, cassettes, records and motor wheels all in one spot anymore. Of course, if you're in need of a bike or even a painting, they had those too.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
Wow.
you don't really see an organ like this for sale.
Can you play it?
Not as well as the piano, but it's pretty cool.
Wow, look at that lovely.
I know. It was then time for myself to head up to Sydney and meet up with Miller and spend some time with family. Just like Miller, I took the New South Wales Explorer
Through
train.
to Sydney Central Station. The Express service will be departing shortly. If you're not travelling with us today, can you please leave the train, stand behind the yellow safety line. Thank you.
Crew member will pass through the cars to take hot meal orders for lunch. Please note lunches will take approximately an hour to prepare.
Now the Explorer service will make the following stops at the following times. Our next stopping station will be Bungendore at 12:42, followed by...
After an hour, I got my lunch, which was a roast corned beef, which, despite the appearance, actually tasted quite nice. The Explorer is quite a nice service to head up to Sydney. You can also order a few other drinks and snacks, and before you know it, it was time to disembark the train at Campbelltown. As there were track works, it was easier to change to a normal T8 train to Central.
This train will stop at Central. Change at Central for T1 North Shore, West Richmond, T2 Inner West, Leppington, T4 Eastern Suburbs, T9 Northern, Intercity, Regional New South Wales trains. The next train to arrive on platform 19 goes to Liverpool via Regent's Park. First stop.
I then made my way to where we were staying in Burwood. After a bit of rest, it was time to find some dinner in Burwood. I found my way to Burwood Chinatown, which has a wide range of different cuisines. It was quite hard to decide what to eat as everything looked quite nice. They even had a little outdoor food market going as well, with lots of different yummy looking dishes. I headed upstairs, got slightly distracted by the neon lights, and then eventually found somewhere to get dinner from. I ended up ordering my dinner from Macquarie in Sydney. It has Indonesian smashed chicken, aka ayam krepek. My meal was the ayam krepek with sambal mata. I found a seat on the upstairs outdoor seating area and enjoyed my meal. It was enak banget. As I was waiting for Mila to come back from dinner with her friends, I went and got some dessert, as well as some bubble tea. Woolies somewhere, I think. The Woolies actually was upstairs, and we ended up going to the Coles and bought some ingredients for the barbecue in the park that we were heading to. I was thinking, why is all these bollards going in place? Oh, they're getting ready for New Year's. We made our way to Piedmont via the light rail. Once we got to the tram stop near the park, we avoided going up the stairs and made our way to the park. I was on barbecue duty and there was quite a lot of yummy food.
Drink water first. Just water.
Nice way to spend a Sunday with friends. We then headed back to the city and explored a bit of Chinatown and George Street. So many photo booths.
Oh, the
The eyes of the cat is like
Yes.
banana.
So big! We didn't play any of the arcade machines, but it was quite cool to look at. We were getting quite thirsty as it was a warm day and went to get some bubble tea from Misai. You could swear the paper stores just don't cut through as much. We also had a look at the Miniso, which has a whole range of Sanrio products, including Hello Kitty. We then escaped the heat and walked around the town hall station and Queen Victoria building area.
It's like my body is big, this one is so cute. So small.
Kitty! After stepping outside quickly, we made our way back inside to check out the top level of the building.
It's already there, so I didn't realize.
Why don't we call it? Yeah!
Yeah, I didn't recall it.
The Christmas tree under the dome was quite a cool sight to see. Advantage of Sydney having these older buildings, it has that bit more of a European charm. We also stopped by Hobbyco, which is a bit of a dangerous shop because there's a lot of cool items. It was then time for us to make our way to the train so that we can get dinner in Cabramatta. We caught up with some of our family and headed off to the Vietnamese restaurant. The restaurant was quite a bit busy, so it gave us time to decide on what we would order for dinner. Linda and I got the Vietnamese chicken rice. Quite a delicious meal to have. Definitely recommend going here. Afterwards, we walked around Cabramatta trying to find a place to get a sugarcane drink. The sugarcane drink was quite refreshing and a nice way to end the evening. The next day, we headed off to Macquarie Park to explore the shops and have lunch.
Change and get into for metro service.
It's like stuff.
Parliament.
The train to Sydenham is going to enter platform.
All stop service to Sydenham. This stop is Macquarie University.
Once we made our way up from the Macquarie University metro station, we headed off to Macquarie Park Shopping Centre to find some food. We also found a pop mart, so we went and checked out what they had on display. So the others and all that.
Oh, you didn't see the box?
If you didn't know, Pop Mart sells a bunch of blind boxes with various characters. We then made our way to Kong Barbecue to get some Korean barbecue. After selecting some of the meat and other dishes, it was time for the staff to fire up the barbecue and for us to cook the meat. also the meat's also very good quality, and we got quite a wide range of different meats. It's different as well going to Korean barbecue and having so much ragu. After we finished our mains, we went and got some ice cream for dessert. We then had a look around the various shops, and afterwards we made our way to the train so we could head up to North Sydney. We headed off to the new Victoria Cross station.
Please stand clear. Doors closing. The next stop is Victoria Cross.
Once we got to Victoria Cross, it did give us a bit of a London vibe. Almost looks like the Elizabeth line over in London, which would be cool to visit one day. And then we walked around the area, including getting very confused with the GPS directions.
Oh, maybe the map is not like this.
Yeah, the map I don't think was working properly. We then made our way to a nearby lookout over Sydney Harbour. Quite a nice spot to rest and take a few photos. We then made our way to North Sydney Station and went all the way back to Burwood to look at a few more shops before it was time for dinner.
Platform 1 goes to Hornsby via Central.
It's quite nice going over the Harbour Bridge on the train as well. Once we're back in Burwood, we headed over to Burwood Chinatown to look for something to eat. We're still full from the Korean barbecue, so it was nice having the Hainanese chicken rice, even though it was a bit different to what we've normally had. We also got some tenghulu before we headed back to rest. Before we went to Sydney Airport to fly back to Melbourne, we went to Mascot to have some delicious Indonesian food, as well as enjoying a refreshing es kopi. I had a mantap nasi padang. It was quite a nice way to end our time in Sydney. And after a while, Mila got her nasi telur brekale. Face of a happy wife who got her food. Terminal. It was then time to catch our flight back to Melbourne. The airport was quite busy, despite it being New Year's Eve. I think everyone was trying to get the same cheap flights as we were.
To assist us with a prompt departure.
Place larger bags in the overhead locker.
We're looking forward to some more amazing adventures in 2025. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next adventure.